Transaction monitoring. Transaction monitoring is identification of unusual transactions and transaction patterns. Unusual transaction patterns include suspicious cash deposits and withdrawals or wire transfer that are below regulatory thresholds or transactions involving high-risk countries. What are the steps involved in transaction monitoring? First step is automated or manual monitoring systems. It involves analyses of transactions using scenarios, rules and thresholds or risk-based approach. Next step is considering customers' usual activities. It involves evaluation of transactions against customers' profile, their KYC data or business. Third step is review or report unusual activities. In case of suspicious or unusual transactions found, escalate to the compliance team as unusual activity report. Last step is to report or update customer risk profile. When compliance reviews the alerts, they report STR where required financial monitoring unit. How can we stop money laundering in TM? The FI has to deploy an automated transaction monitoring system that monitors all customer transactions and helps to identify unusual or suspicious activity, which must be appropriately investigated. Transactions that appear unpredictable with a customer's known activities or any unusual deviations from normal transaction patterns should be a red flag. Unusual or suspicious activity that cannot be justified, that is insufficient information to explain the activity, or suspicion beyond a reasonable level of doubt, must be escalated. The TMS system should have a number of unique inbuilt scenarios to identify unusual transactions. The scenarios should be developed using guidance from central bank or leading industry practice. Some of the scenarios have defined thresholds and percentages, so if a customer conduct transaction that exceeds these thresholds, an alert should be triggered and investigated. Following are the sample detection scenarios. Cash smurfing. Customer splits deposits and withdrawals into lots of smaller chunks which are added together, they make a large value. Multiple branches. Customer uses multiple branches over period of time to avoid regulatory identification requirements. High volume and value. This includes an unusually large volume of transactions using faster payment credits, ATM and cash withdrawals. Customers reactivating a dormant account. Customer uses electronic payments for most of their transactions with a high value. Unusual high value of cash debit or credit on their new or other accounts followed by immediate withdrawals. Customer closes X number of loans in the X month period, or where customer overpays the usual monthly repayment amount. If there is unusually large receipts compared to the account activity held by PEP or has PEP indicator. Thank you. I hope you have learned transaction monitoring.